Hey guys, and welcome back to the Nicola Collective podcast with your hosts Emilio,
And Olivia Nicola.
and we're going to talk about niching down. You can't market to everybody, and even Jesus marketed to somebody first, right? So he marketed to the Israelites first, or he marketed to Israel first, right? And then he was able to reach the Gentiles through them. They were able to witness what he was doing through it, right? So if we were to try to just do something super broad, it's gonna be a mess. That's why clarity really matters. So say I was gonna say like, oh hey, I'm selling something and I'm telling everyone about it. You're not gonna get very far. Everybody heard you, but no one knows what the heck you're doing, and it's not really gonna stick. But if you were telling someone specifically what they needed, then it could stick, right? So it's like, oh yeah. In our case, it's like Christian entrepreneurs with Christian t-shirts and all that stuff like that. Oh, cool. I want some because I relate to that. Hey, I am a plumber and I service plumbing and everything like that. Oh, hey, I need plumbing done in my house. Oh, hey, I'm a brick mason, so I know how to put up brick walls. It's like, hey, I need that.
Yeah.
You know, like you're not going to be targeting, someone who needs a brick wall with flowers. Like most of the time you're not.
Yeah.
So you have to be very specific on what you do.
Yeah. A lot of people think that it's easier to go broader because they'll reach more people, which is true. You'll reach more people, but it's almost like you're putting a sign out on a highway, like the signs on the side of the highway,
like billboards?
the billboards on the side of the highway, and then like obviously like tons of people are going to see that, but there's going to be like maybe like a few of those people are actually interested in what you're doing, unless it's something that like everybody needs, which is kind of few and far between. But in these cases, it's like you need to like niche down. You need to like get hyper specific, or else you're going to be targeting way too many people, and then people will not even feel like heard or understood by you, because you're targeting everybody. So it's going to take them a long time to actually feel like they resonate with you because it's so broad,
Yeah, because when you start going too broad, you start seeming scattered and, are you messing with my hair?
No, yeah, oh, it's a gray hair. Okay.
I have great hairs.
Yeah, that's
anyway, when your marketing is too scattered, or when it's too broad, it feels really scattered. So people aren't going to connect. People aren't going to look at what you're doing because they don't know what the heck it is. Like your emails, when you send them out, are going to seem like really forced. You're going to send out different things. Any kind of text message is going to seem really weird because guess what? You're trying to reach everybody when in reality, you got to reach one person at a time. Jesus was able to reach everybody by reaching specific people first.
Yeah.
People were able to witness miracles and believe in him in the sense of being able to see the miracles that happen. You know what I mean? So, yeah, sure, Jesus didn't heal all 5,000 people that came in for the day that he split those loaves and fish. You know what I mean? Sure, like, it sounds a little bit far-fetched to bring that up, but it's like, not everybody in the 5,000 was, healed in it, but the miracle was the fact that he was only a couple fish and a couple loaves that he was able to do something about that.
Yeah.
And then there was the man who was blind, or the man who was a leper. People were able to witness these things, and they were able to see these things because he targeted, or not really targeted, but he went out to the one. He was able to see the one, and that brought a lot of impact from reaching that one person.
Yeah, I feel like God gives us all a specific calling. And a lot of the times it requires, being very diligent in reaching specific types of people. So you may be called towards like doing something, like God may have given you a skill and now you may need to use it for specific people. And that could be, a number of things, but it's like
plumbing,
so it's like, let's say you're good at plumbing. Let's say you are, good at construction, whatever it is, like that specific skill. And then now it's time to like use the skill that God gave you and hone in on the people that actually need it, and want it, and are actually going to feel heard and understood by you because you're talking to them, like you're addressing them, like almost like as if one-on-one. And you can do this like a multiple ways. Like obviously there's social media. speaking to people on social media through reels or shorts or whatever the heck, TikTok, whatever it is. And then obviously then there's, ads, like paper ads, which people don't even really use anymore. But I feel like that's actually a way, like through writing marketing. It's actually like almost like a really good way to reach people because you're like calling them out directly and talking to them over like something that they can hold physically in their hands and read and feel understood. So it's like, I don't know, there's like a lot of things you could do.
Yeah,
but
it also makes me think about the fact that like you have different people doing different things, right? You're not going to tell a doctor to go read the blueprint to build a house. You're going to tell the doctor to go help the sick. You're going to go tell the doctor to help the person that's injured. You're not going to go tell the construction worker to go, to go whatever, like to go fix a car. Sure, the guy can do it. There's possibilities for people to do that, but you're not going to, you're not going to call that guy out for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
So that's why, if you're not calling the wrong person out, if you're not calling your doctor about building your house, why would your doctor call you about building a house? You know what I mean? It's kind of like, it's kind of a flip thing.
Yeah. And we were like, in the beginning, we like, when we first started our business, like we were trying to do everything. We were trying to help all types of people and do a multitude of services, which actually just ended up hurting us in the long run, because when you are trying to do everything, you can't get really good and specifically good at one thing. So we were like trying to do like be social media managers, be in SEO, then also be copywriters, and it was like all at once. And it was like really difficult to do that all at once, when in reality it took a lot of time to like hone in on specific skills and learn these skills. And then
it's good to know all these skills.
It's good to know, but
to build one really strong before moving on to the next one.
Yeah.
It's like saying, I know how to play the guitar, but all you know how to do is play one chord.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know how
and then
to
you
do
move
it.
on to the drums, and
Yeah,
it's like
exactly.
It makes no sense.
You
but
don't know how to do either of them. You just know how to do one little part of it, and you can't call yourself an expert in that.
But like in the beginning, especially in the beginning, it's really necessary to hyper focus on one specific thing, become the expert in it, and then offer that to people. And really call out your target audience, call out the people that are looking for your services, for your products, whatever, and make them feel understood. And how you do this is by solving a specific problem that they have, that your product, your services, whatever, solves for them. So it's like, for instance, with us, we are really good at SEO and helping our clients have successful websites, successfully ranked websites on Google, whatever. So for us, we are like ideal person to work with is someone that is in need of a website, one, and also wants their website to be ranked on Google and their business to do well, which, see, that's too broad. Honestly, if we were to say, okay, the only people we want to target is people who want their businesses to do well, that's way too broad.
No, the reality is people who truly want their businesses to do well are the people who are willing to,
so people who are willing to invest in their business, one, people who are willing to or who are in need of a website. So that's the thing. A lot of people need websites. Most people do need websites. So it's like,
have junk websites.
Yeah. And most people want better websites, but people who are really like in a location based business where they require ranking, because a lot of the times when it comes to SEO,
there's some local competition.
Yeah, there's local competition. So people who are in local competition. So it's like, we just like listed off like 3 things that are very kind of like, can kind of be niched down too. And then taking it a step further is like
who you work with.
So for instance, our specific type of people that we tend to work with, which we're not limited to because we have worked with other people, but tend to be people who are in Healthcare clinics. Yeah, health and wellness, healthcare clinics, whatever. That's our specific type of people that we help for the most part. Now, does that mean we don't help other people? No, we do. But it's like that's what we've kind of just accidentally really got good at helping because of the service type and just knowledge in that industry. So, like, that's the thing. So, we would target people who are business owners, who are in the health and wellness space or healthcare clinic space, whatever, who are in a local, who are in need of local services, local rankings. So getting their locations on the map and also getting their services to be written about.
Yeah.
So that would be our specific type of target audience that we are reaching. But it's like, that's the thing that applies to us. For you, it's like multiple, you could list off like multiple specific hyper things that apply to your audience and what you can solve for them.
People might not know where to start, right?
Yeah.
You know, or they might be in something and they might not know where to track back to. And so something that you can do is just pray, just some type of prayer along the lines of like, God, what have you uniquely called me into? Who do you uniquely call me to serve? Specific people, specific type of thing, you know, and you can probably already see the type of thing that you are called to do. I mean, you got skills. If you don't have skills, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, like, it's a little bit difficult to say you don't have some kind of skill. You could talk to people, you could write, you could see, you can, like, these are all basic skills, and you can combine them and you can use those to your advantage. But then further and further, what talents and gifts has the Lord already given you, and you run with those. Because he wants you to serve people with them. When you serve people, you serve God. And that's the mentality you should walk in with. So when you serve people, sure you could... It's okay. Sure you could serve the general public. And you should serve people who come up to you and talk to you. But for you to reach out to people, you could look for that unique person. So if you are really good at fixing plumbing and copper piping, and you're good at, you know, at braze welding and stuff like that, dude, get into plumbing. If you're good at, you know, building stuff, get into construction. If you're good at trigonometry, get into CNC mechanics and machinery. You know, you could service people in so many different ways. And there's so many people that don't know how to do it. I know so many people that are like, dude, what the heck is that machine? It's like, oh, dude, that's this kind of machine, and it's actually really cool. It takes some skill to learn it, and if you learn it, you could do a whole lot with it.
Yeah.
You know? But there's so many different things that God gives us, and that's your platform to start with.
Yeah.
And no, you don't have to be on this platform like you're in front of people all the time and like, oh yeah, I'm awesome or anything like that. Give God the glory the whole time. Sure, people will see you, but give God the glory in everything.
Yeah. Always refer back to God, especially in the times that you're doing well. Refer back to God, because it's easy to do that when you're doing poorly or whatever, or you're not not where you want to be. But like when you're at a place of like victory, that's when you give God the glory as well. You know what I mean? And like, because I feel like for at least like for a lot of people and us, I know we've got like when we've gone through times of like, wow, we're doing really well, and then all of a sudden it's like, well, we're not recognizing where this is all coming from. This isn't coming from us. It's coming from God. It's coming from what he's done and what he's helped us with and the skills that he's given us, because we wouldn't even have the ability to comprehend certain things if it wasn't for him giving us the ability to like have patience and do things and learn certain skills. And it's like, that's the thing. I mean, really, like, we just got blessed, you know. It wasn't anything that we could have done, really. I mean, yeah, we put in the work. It's not like we just sat there and we're like, oh, God, do this for me. And then like he did. It's like almost like he wanted to see us try and put in the effort and sit there and learn things and include him in these things and steward things. And, you know, that's the thing. So it's like, it's really just a matter of trusting in God and then also putting in the work. And we've had a podcast on this before, but it's like for right now, this is like the main thing is really just figuring out who is your target audience, who is your target audience, and like niche into that.
Yeah. So
niche that down.
A quick little practical step you could do is to write down the type of client you're looking for. You know, what their, you know, it could be gender, it could be age, it could be a problem. Make sure you have those all down.
Yeah.
And check out this little tagline that you can assemble from it. So like say Olivia's trying to handle or help women who got burnt out in business. They are Christian and they want to follow God and they need a way through. So that tagline could look like, "Hi, I'm Olivia and I help Christian women in business who have experienced burnout overcome that burnout with faith-led strategies."
Yeah.
You know? So it's like you see the person, women, and the type of person, Christian women, in business, what they need or what they're experiencing or the struggle they're experiencing burnout. And then what you can do to remedy it is by giving them faith-led strategies to overcome that burnout, right?
Yeah.
So it's like person, type of person, struggles, and what you can do to remedy it.
Yeah.
You know, what your solution is.
Yeah. And like, it's really important that, like, yes, you can know your niche. You can know these things. Like, yeah, so once you do that and you figure out who you serve, why you serve them, and what you can do to help them, now it's really time for the most important part, which is actually reaching those people and actually finding those people. So honestly, yeah, it's one thing to just learn about, okay, this is who I serve, whatever. Now let's figure out, okay, how can I market to these people?
Yeah.
What can I do to solve their problems? Because really, marketing is just solving a problem.
Solving a problem, but also relating to them.
Yes.
Because like, think about like Jesus when he shared parables.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't just randomly tell parables and say like, "Yep, that's what it is," because
Yeah.
most people wouldn't understand that. If I'm
Yeah.
talking about fields and farms and stuff like that, I'll talk about that to a farmer who knows what that's about.
But to most people,
Generally.
they don't know what that is. Yeah.
But or to like fish and nets. Like Jesus literally spoke of fish and nets to fishermen. He explained these different traits to people who understood them, and he was specifying it because that was the way they were going to connect it to life.
Yeah.
So for your marketing to actually reach somebody, it needs to connect in their mind. So you need to give that explanation. Like, are you struggling with this in your life in this way? Or you can give comparisons. Like a parable is like, this is an analogy expressed like this, but you can see what it translates to in other life application.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, definitely. And then so like we said earlier, really just how you market to your ideal audience is now through social media, and that is going to be your best friend when it comes to getting clients, getting your products sold, whatever it is. That is going to be your best friend. Like, and so what we've done to do this and how we have been able to, even just with our own clients, reach their target. See, because for us, yeah, we're reaching you, but then also on top of that, it's like how we're reaching our own clients is like another, or our clients' clients is like another story, because that's our job, is to reach people's clients. So it's like how we've done that is through posts, through blogs, through
Related scenarios in blogs,
whatever, through Google, like through
social media posts.
Well, I said that, yeah. Like, but I mean like maps, like getting on the map. So, you know, because see, another part of your niche is actually location. Because a lot of the times, like, you wouldn't even like, let's say you lived in freaking, like, Michigan. You wouldn't sell surfboards in Michigan and, like, be able to rank very well there because nobody's looking for surfboards. I mean, they are, but, like,
Yeah, like you're not gonna find.
I mean, you'd
you're not gonna
probably,
find whole surf shops in Michigan.
to be honest though, you would probably be the top ranking because there's no
You'd be the only
competition.
one, but then
Yeah,
you'd also go out
but
of business fast
because there's like nobody looking for it. But here, it's like, for instance, in Southern California, everybody's looking for that. So, or most people are. And so it's like, okay, that like it really depends on like where you are too. That's another really niche down thing, is where are you serving these people? So it's like, and sometimes that's not even applicable because you're online.
And
so
you
it's
also
like,
try to connect your micro niching, like when you're talking about age, location, gender, all these different things, specifics. You also have to keep in mind that when your marketing is good, your services should also be good. If you have good marketing but poor services, things can go bad. If you have bad marketing and really good services, things can go bad. But if you have great and great put together, it's always going to be great. You know what I mean? Because like, could you imagine, like, you see, like, let's put it as a church perspective. It's like, yeah, come check out our church conference. It's going to be really awesome. But then it's like in this dilapidated church. It's falling down. There's termites. There's cockroaches everywhere. Like, to the extreme, right?
yeah.
And you're just like, bro, what you mean? Like, I thought this was gonna be this cool thing.
What you mean?
Like, I thought this was gonna be different.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, it's just this rundown thing. Like, if you were telling people like, hey, we're gonna do it this way, that's another thing. People come expecting. But if they expect great results and you give them poor results, they're not gonna stick around.
Yeah.
And guess what? When they're not sticking around, they're probably going to tell their friends, don't go to that guy, or don't even stick around with that guy if you have gone to him.
Yeah, true. Yeah, and I think honestly, how you present yourself is really going to be the best.
Yeah, and then also like alongside your niching is, obviously walking in faith and personal observation, and even keeping up your personal image, not in a way to gloat, not in a way to be to just be like, oh, hey, look at me or whatever. But think about like the most recent thing. Like a lot of people have probably already seen on social media the CEO that was with his secretary at the Coldplay concert. You know what I mean? Like that, he was probably really good at his job. She was probably really good at her job. But guess what? They ruined their self-image. They lost their positions.
I know, it's
and
like
got replaced.
terrible.
You know what I mean? And so keeping up your self-image with that, like basically maintaining good integrity, being an integral person along with good works, it's going to carry you very far in business. Yeah. Especially when you're prayed up, when you're serving the Lord, when you're serving people and serving the Lord through that.
Yeah.
That's what really changes things. And people think, hey, I could do all these crazy things and it's not going to catch up. And guess what? Right when they think that they're safe, they thought they were safe at the Coldplay concert, but guess what? They put the camera right on them. So,
hey, so I think this is probably a good part to stop at for part 1, and then continue next week for part 2.
What do you mean next week? We're gonna be in the same outfits. They'll know that it was the same day.
Whatever. Anyways, well, we'll see you guys next week for part 2. Thanks for joining us here. Enjoy my fall decorations. Okay, bye.